Yet another TikToker was outed for being a prolific predator, and this time it's much, much worse. Say hello to Gerbert the egg. And no, I'm not describing what he looks like, that's his literal username, but his real name is Hunter Montez. Gerbert is a interesting TikTok creator. Basically, he talks about things and speeds up his voice, and that's pretty much it. That's literally his content. He yaps about something, doubles the speed or triples the speed on the video, and uploads it to TikTok, and he got famous by doing that. A form of content that is surprisingly more low effort than mine, but I digress. If you're doing something easy and it works, then who am I to judge if you're making money off of it? But anywho, he got accused of a lot of things over the past 2 or so years. However, one document was released compiling everything and adding on a few more allegations, and a lot of it is pretty, if I'm being honest, a lot of it is pretty anecdotal, but we will go over that later. However, I want to start off with the first accusations, or I guess he confirmed it, but the first controversies regarding Gerbert. Basically, it was him getting caught lying about his name multiple times, and him cheating on his girlfriend when he was around 14.
I was cheating on my current girlfriend at the time. I was 14, not 15. Sorry for the confusion. I was 14. I was cheating on my girlfriend with Cam. I felt guilty about it. Lying about my personal life. I mean, dude, I'm an influencer. I have 800,000 followers, bro. I don't want people to know where I live. I don't want people to know my name. All right, that's not something I want out there. I don't want my docs out there because I fear for not only my safety, but my family's safety.
In my opinion, these are really weak and not exactly anything I really care about. I mean, obviously cheating is an awful thing to do, but the kid was 14. He was a kid, 14 years old. Like, you make mistakes at that age. Obviously, I probably shouldn't reflect on him as an adult. Those very young teenage years, dating is just completely different. And obviously, like I said, it doesn't reflect on you as an adult. And lying about your name isn't something that I really care about either. I mean, when you have a platform as large as his, well, I guess in TikTok terms, but still, if you have a platform as large as his, you're going to get threats, especially when you make very opinionated videos. You're going to get threats, you're going to get harassed. That's just the nature of content creation. And if you don't want to experience it, don't make videos. That's the advice I'd give to anyone. But lying about your name is completely reasonable if you're getting harassed and stalked, and I wouldn't want my real name out there, but I digress. These two I really don't care about. The real allegations I want to focus on are of him being a predator, of him doing something awful to someone very young, things like that. And I've been trying to figure out how exactly to format this video, but I think I got it down. Basically, the document, which is as of the time I'm recording this audio, at 81 pages, is split up into sections of different allegations and accusations and whatnot. And Gerbert made a video a few days ago responding to whatever was there at that time. So I will be going through the sections one by one, or at least the important sections, and then showing his response to those sections, and then I'll be giving my opinion as well as any other info I could find or any verification. And before we start, I do want to mention that a lot of this is anecdotal. A lot of the quote-unquote evidence in this document is extremely anecdotal. I mean, it's basically just he said, she said, and when it's not he said, she said, it's screenshots of weird conversations, or conversations that would be proof, but the conversations are with aren't exactly linked to Gerbert, and there's some like really weird niche, like, I guess, reasonings behind why it is Gerbert. A few of them have been proven, but let's begin with Section 1. Section 1, Video Allegation. A video recording allegedly shows Gerbert blocked an individual on social media after they commented on one of his posts with the name Munchie, which is reported to be one of his former nicknames.
Alright guys, I'm going to be talking about the situation, everything that's been going on, and let's start with part 1. Section 1 is about me confirming that it's me, I guess. I blocked someone because they called me a PDF and used an old nickname that I used to get bullied for. So yeah, I blocked them.
That's pretty much it. This doesn't link him to any screenshot or anything. It's literally just him blocking someone for calling him Munchie, which is already a bad start for the document and the document's creators. And also, I just wanted to note, no offense, but this document is horribly organized. Like, it's really bad in terms of organization. A lot of the Google Drive links don't work, and it's just all around very difficult to maneuver, especially with the formatting and whatnot. But either way, it's time for section 2. The lies. In a recent TikTok video responding to the allegations, Hunter has reportedly admitted to being Hunter Montez, stating that he had lied about his name in high school to protect himself from what he describes as bullying and false accusations. I already showed the clip earlier, nothing too much to note here. Now this is where the real allegations begin. Section 3, Angel Incident, October 2021. The allegations from an individual identified as Angel reportedly date back to October 2021 during her freshman year. Angel asserts that Hunter Montez blanked her based on her goth style, or I shouldn't say blank, it sounds like something else. He had a very, very powerful, not very appropriate attraction to her based on her goth style from the outset and made her uncomfortable through behavior she describes as weird and excessively touchy. According to Angel, the two had agreed to engage in an intimate act in a Walmart bathroom. However, she subsequently changed her mind and expressed unease. She claims that Hunter did not respect her decision and continued to pressure her despite her discomfort. Ultimately, Angel reportedly removed herself from the situation, but Hunter allegedly threatened to disclose the encounter to her friends, following reports that other individuals had also experienced harassment by Hunter. Angel chose to sever her relationship with him entirely. Down below include screenshots of purported Discord conversations between Angel and Hunter, as well as Instagram posts detailing her experience, including an image intended to confirm Hunter's identity. And there are a few screenshots. The first few are literally just her explaining her side of the story. The other one is another conversation that took place in 2021, but the user says deleted user, but obviously I don't know how you would go about. I mean, obviously I think you can probably fake dates on Discord screenshots. Yeah, I know that's rich coming from me analyzing the legitimacy of these Discord screenshots, but I mean, it's really like not that conclusive. There are a few photos of Gerbert, excuse me, with this Angel chick, but literally none of it supports what the Section 3 was talking about. There's no proof that he did any of those things, and like I said, it's all anecdotal. It's all he said, she said, or at least for the most part, and especially with this section of the document.
Number 3, the Angel situation. Now, I knew Angel back in 2021. However, all of the stuff that she is claiming is not true. You can clearly see in this clip here that she has no evidence.
If I had proof to post, I would. I know me posting that with like no proof or whatever is gonna be like, oh my gosh. But for one, how am I supposed to go and find a call and like a screen recorded call to the school counselors, to the cops, like, so
she literally says she has no evidence, and in this clip here where she literally says and says to me that she, like, I never did anything to her, like, she's like, you didn't do anything to me. Moving on.
Section 4, Cam Incident, March 2022. Another incident reportedly occurred in March 22 involving an individual identified as Cam, who at that time identified as a transgender male and now identifies as female. According to Cam, Hunter Montez allegedly engaged in a romantic and inappropriate relationship with her whilst simultaneously being involved with his girlfriend, with the primary motivation being inappropriate. Cam asserts that Hunter employed manipulative behaviors, including love bombing, to draw her into a secret relationship. The situation reportedly escalated when Hunter allegedly threatened Cam and brought materials with the purported intent to cause her harm, following his decision to end the relationship. Cam contends that in response to the perceived threat, she physically attacked Hunter in self-defense, resulting in the breaking of his glasses. Hunter, on the other hand, maintains that he was merely attempting to end the relationship when Cam assaulted him. Both parties appear to agree that Hunter's glasses were broken and that a no-contact order was subsequently issued, with Cam's family covering the cost of the damages. Hunter has reportedly denied sending certain messages related to the incident, although some observers have questioned the veracity, is that even a real word, of his claims. Additionally, it has been noted that Hunter previously used the Instagram handle Oddball, a detail reportedly confirmed by individuals from his school.
Now I'm going to be discussing part 4, the Cam incident. I was cheating on my current girlfriend at the time. I was 14, not 15. Sorry for the confusion. I was 14. I was cheating on my girlfriend with Cam. I felt guilty about it. Afterwards, I met Cam at a cafe and told her, hey, we gotta break it off, to where she assaulted me, battered me, broke my glasses, and then we went our separate ways. I never hit her back. I never threatened her life. I didn't do any of that, as you can see in this video here. Here you can see me and her sitting at the table. I'm telling her, right? I look back, she hits me, she gets up, takes my glasses, hits me in the back of the head, breaks my glasses, right? She gets up. I'm like, okay, whatever. I don't do anything back because it's a girl. And then she keeps trying to like with me, so I get up, I take my broken glasses and I leave. And then she leaves as well, which, as you can see, we both left going different ways. You can see me walk the opposite direction in front of the car in the drive-thru.
This is where I really start questioning the intentions and validity of the document. This just looks to me like a senseless assault from an emotional individual. There is literally zero proof that Cam was threatened at all. I mean, Gerbert was sitting there very calmly, and this chick just got up and started wailing on him. I honestly believe Gerbert in this situation. I don't think he's lying, at least about this particular section. It just seems to me like he's like this, whoever wrote this document obviously doesn't like Gerbert. They probably have a lot of good reasons to, but still, this, just to me, it seems very scummy, seems very bad intentioned, because, yeah, like I said, zero proof, literally just Cam's testimony and his testimony, and he has video proof which shows that he was just senselessly assaulted by this individual. So I'll give Gerbert this one, and I guess I gave him the other one with, well, no, just with the name. Obviously the cheating's bad, the other stuff is bad, but yeah, Gerbert, I understand his position, at least here. Like I said over and over again, cheating's bad, but this is just on a whole different level of wrong. Don't assault people because they screwed you over. You're in this situation, Cam is worse than Gerbert, just specifically because of what happened here. Everything else, I'm not talking about that, but in this situation, Cam is in the wrong. Section 5, Anonymous Incident. The following information is based on recorded conversations and screenshots involving an associate, a close friend of ours, and an individual who was acquainted with Hunter during his 10th grade year in late 2022. The individual alleges that Hunter engaged in inappropriate behavior, including repeatedly smacking their buttocks despite being told to stop, and when confronted about their discomfort, Hunter reportedly responded with, "I know you like it." Additionally, it is claimed that Hunter frequently solicited explicit photographs from peers, including a minor he met on Discord. Unfortunately, we have been unable to verify this aspect further, as this individual in question was not from Nevada and contact has since been lost. If I'm being honest, haven't been able to verify a lot of this stuff, but I digress. Further reports indicate that Hunter had a history of making threats, which lends some credibility to Cam's account. One female peer also stated that after rejecting Hunter's advances, he became hostile and proceeded to insult.
Part 5, the anonymous incident. There's really nothing to say here. It's anonymous for a reason. It's just two people talking back and forth about stuff that I allegedly did. They have no proof that I did any of this. They're just saying that I did it back and forth to each other. Again, there's nothing there. This allegation is just false. They're just making stuff up about me.
Section 6, Wizz incident, late 2022. In late 2022, Hunter Montez was allegedly on the dating app called Wizz. Hunter Montez was on the app communicating to a 13-year-old individual and eventually invited her to his house. Allegedly, Hunter Montez repeatedly begged to blank, and the victim continued to say no. That's when Hunter Montez had bitten her blank without consent. After she left, Hunter Montez was then grounded for a week, and once he had gotten his phone back, he was met with texts from the victim. She expressed discomfort, irritation, and overall was angry at what he did to her. Hunter Montez then apologized for what he did, and the victim said it was not okay. Hunter Montez claimed that he had no idea she was a year younger than him, and also claimed that nothing happened at his house. But why would he apologize for doing that when he allegedly didn't do anything to her? Down below is the screenshots of the conversation discussing the assault. There is also other documented screenshots of Hunter Montez making unwanted advances to other girls who had previously denied him or shown no interest. He also has a pattern of flirting with any girl he can. Given this pattern of behavior, the allegations involving the person should warrant more consideration. Screenshots of conversations between Hunter Montez and a 13-year-old girl circulated among students of his school, detailing inappropriate interactions in which the minor expressed discomfort with Hunter's behaviors are shown below. These messages allegedly included unwanted physical contact and persistent requests for inappropriate acts. The situation gained further attention when an Instagram post discussing the incident received a public reply from another individual who came forward with their own account of being harassed and bullied by Hunter. This corroborating testimony adds credibility to the existing allegations and suggests a pattern of misconduct. Given the severity of these claims, particularly involving a minor, and the emergence of multiple accusers, these matters warrant serious consideration and further investigation. And also, I really just want to mention, they say minor, and I say minor, but that's just because I don't want to get demonetized, but Hunter was also a minor, so he wasn't like preying on this individual, but here's his response to that.
Now we're going to be discussing the Wizz incident, which I had already talked about previously, but I'll address it again. I was 15 on an app called Wizz, which only lets you go up or down 1 year age. She said she was 14. Apparently she was 13 in 7th grade because she had been held back twice. I had no clue of this. She came over to my house, but we never did anything. And unfortunately, after my mom found out she'd come over, grounded me. In that time period where I was grounded and did not have my phone, this girl decided that I had done something to her, which I did not do, and decided to spread that to all of my followers on Instagram at the time, which were my classmates, personal friends of mine. And unfortunately, I apologized for something that I didn't do, which is when she took it out of context and spread it across the school. Which that's 100% my mistake. You know, I apologize for something that I literally did not do. The only issue that I'm seeing with this is if she was willing to post this around and she was willing to have her face and her name be on these, allegations of mine, why didn't she just go to the cops, right? Why didn't she just report me to the police if this was such a serious matter to her? But it wasn't. She just wanted to get back at me because I had told her after I found out she was 13 years old that I did not want to see her anymore.
So this is one where I do believe the document in this scenario. Firstly, it doesn't really just work that way, Gilbert, or excuse me, I don't know why I keep calling him Gilbert. Gerbert, you admit to something, you apologize for something. You can't just go back and say, oh, I apologize for something I didn't do. That's just not how it works. You admitted to it and apologized to it, so I can only assume that you did it. And now that it's all blown up in your face, you want to say that you didn't do it. I don't know about that. I do personally believe that he did bite the area on this individual, this victim. I don't really have an issue with the age per se. Obviously, it is like 2 years apart. It's only 2 years. Is it a little weird? I do think it's a bit weird. But I mean, I'm barely 17, but either way, this is just no. Gerbert, I believe that Gerbert assaulted this individual. Section 7, Sad Beats Incident 2023. This victim has chosen to remain anonymous. They posted on Instagram about Hunter Montez being arrested for assault. Hunter Montez then replied, "I didn't, who said that?" They posted again quoting, "Never mind, he's still on the streets," and Hunter replied saying, "Mwahahaha." After that reply, the victim asked, "Who are you gonna assault next?" And Hunter Montez's last reply said, "You watch out." The victim perceives this as a threat and then goes to report the encounter in text to the school. All screenshots are shown below. Also, additional proof shows that the Sad Beats account is Gerbert the Egg. In Gerbert's recent TikTok, he said that the Sad Beats isn't him. Then he said that he owned that account at one point. Gerbert is lying to back himself up in his debunking videos. And as expected, Hunter Montez claims all screenshots other than him apologizing for essay on that account are fake.
The Sad Beats incident, again, this is just more screenshots of a supposed account of mine, alleged account of mine, basically being like, "Oh, I'm gonna assault you." That's just not my account. That account has no correlation to me. Even the picture that they're claiming is like evidence that it's my account. It doesn't even have the same profile picture. So it's just not my account. There's nothing much I can say to that. It's a he said, she said situation, but they have no proof that it's actually me. So innocent until proven guilty.
Section 8, 2024, Lib High School. Following his expulsion from his previous school, Hunter Montez enrolled at Liberty High School, referenced to herein as Lib. There, he formed friendships with several classmates, including an individual referred to as N, with whom he became particularly close. Hunter was subsequently suspended for 1 year due to an incident involving non-consensual physical contact with a male classmate, specifically touching the classmate's bathing suit area without permission. Several months later in August, shortly before his 17th birthday, Hunter messaged N via Instagram, disclosing that he had arranged to meet and engage in inappropriate activity with a minor he had encountered on the online platform Roblox. At the time, N did not have access to a phone and was using an Xbox to communicate via Instagram. Upon receiving these messages, N copied the conversation and shared it with a friend, along with a statement expressing his intent to sever ties with Hunter. To corroborate their association, attached below are screen recordings of the conversations, as well as photographs of N and Hunter together during past interactions.
Section 8 is talking about a guy that I knew from my old school, basically saying like, "Hey, I was doing this with like a girl on Roblox." But he can't provide any evidence, which is kind of odd because he says that he was texting me on his Xbox, which clearly can take pictures on your Xbox, and saying he copy and pasted the messages to send to his friend, which again doesn't make any sense because he could just copy him, he could just take a screenshot. Doesn't add up. The only way that I'm connected to these people is by a picture that they took of us in the car together when we went back to the mall, and that's literally it. I've never heard from them again.
The Google Doc person actually responded and said, quote, "I watched Gerbert's response video, so this is my response to his video. Gerbert says that you can take screen recordings on Xbox. While that is true, N didn't know of this, which is the reason why he didn't screen record. What would N gain for telling his friend what Hunter did, especially since this was a year before the Gerbert allegations came up? In my opinion, this is a very poor response. You're basically saying, yeah, he could have proved it, but he didn't know, and why would he make it up? I'm sorry, but that's just not enough for me to believe this. And like I said, this is really just anecdotal, most of this. And keep in mind, he was not even 17 when this happened. So, meaning that, like before, it was just a 2-year age gap. Is it a bit weird? A little bit, in my opinion, but I really don't see what the super horrible thing is with this. Is it a bit weird and creepy that this guy found someone a bit younger than him on Roblox and wanted to meet up and do that stuff? Yeah, it is weird. It is creepy, but I would not go as far as to say that it makes him a predator, a child predator. And it's just, this section has no validity and shouldn't even be considered, in my opinion. The next section is section 9, Sarah, and I am not going to read it out to you for a very simple reason, which you're about to see now.
Section 9 is about a girl named Sarah. We've already covered this. I'll just let the video speak for itself. This is Sarah.
About the Gerbert allegations. I kind of lied. I'm 16. I wanted to sound worse, but the people that are still using my screenshots, I told them not to. Because even at the start, I was like, yo, I just want to talk to him, man. Because we used to be friends, and I'm like, low-key, we know I'm not mentally well, okay, guys? But I kind of do anything I want to get what I want, so. Plus, people are calling me a victim and saying I got a. I mean, if you really care about victims, call him the victim, because I'm horrible.
Now, there's a massive issue with this specific situation. Obviously, all of it is an issue, but with this specific situation, in Section 9, there are a lot of serious accusations made by Sarah, saying that he received a letter, and by he I mean Gerbert received a letter from the police about him having material on his devices that are of underage individuals, among others. So, very serious accusation. And in his response video, he showed a clip of her admitting that she lied about her age, or just lied in general. She is obviously mentally not there at all. And apparently, it turns out that she, according to her, never lied, according to the document at least. And this was revealed in page 72. Section 9 was page 41. So 30 pages later, you're going to be like, oh, she actually never lied, like the response video to this document claims. You just, like I said, this document is horribly formatted, horribly written. You just can't make these kinds of mistakes. I almost missed this. Like, I almost uploaded just completely disregarding everything. But this Sarah person is an extremely unreliable narrator. I don't believe a word. It's just, I'm not even gonna, of course, the link to the document will be in the description. If you want to go look through it and see for yourself, please feel free, especially since I can't talk about a lot of it because I don't want to get demonetized. But yeah, like I said, Sarah accused him of having material on his phone, or getting a police letter related to material that he shouldn't have, accusing him of just like insane stuff, saying he was a member of the alt-right community, which he is. He used racial slurs, I can't even say that on here, but like I said, you can't make these kinds of mistakes. If the person who wrote this document, if you're watching this, you know what? I'll be willing to help you organize it, because this thing is a mess, and you really just can't afford to make these kinds of mistakes when making an exposed document with these kinds of allegations. Section 10, Cheating 2022 to 2023. Screenshots document Gerbert threatening Aaron, a fellow student, after Aaron revealed to Gerbert's girlfriend that he was using a dating app. This disclosure indicated that Gerbert was being unfaithful in the relationship, which was confirmed by Gerbert himself in a video.
Section 10 is about me quote-unquote cheating on Wizz again, but this in reality was me getting upset at a guy I knew for making fun of me online on Instagram because I was even on the app, taking screenshots, posting them around, basically calling me a whole bunch of names, and of course I got upset, and also I was egged on to fight the guy. And unfortunately, I tried to. I failed, right? I didn't lose or anything. I just couldn't fucking catch up to the guy because I'm fat. And that's what happened.
So the document shows zero proof that he was mad because of an apparent cheating situation. These screenshots literally just show them arguing and Gerbert threatening to beat the guy up. In my opinion, this looks very, how do I say it, out of context, maliciously. Like these screenshots were taken so that Gerbert looks bad and that you can kind of create a narrative. Again, I hate to defend this guy because he really is a horrible person, but still, like, this looks really bad on behalf of the creator of the document. Section 11, 2025 22-year-old cosplayer. Back in July, Gerbert was texting a cosplayer who was 22 years old. They'd become friends, and once she asked how old Gerbert was, he said he was 18, which was a lie since Gerbert was a minor. After the cosplayer found out that he was a minor, she had blocked him. In the messages, Gerbert had flirted with her and said, and I quote, "give me a chance," and also said he wanted to fly out to see her. If that friendship turned into a relationship, she could have been in real legal trouble because of him lying about his age to her. The messages Gerbert sent highly imply he wanted to do something with her, especially considering the things he said listed above. Gerbert has admitted this incident has happened, but denies he had any intention to flirt or do anything, but the messages Gerbert sent say otherwise. Down below, there will be screen recordings of the cosplayer and Gerbert's messages. There will also be a video of Gerbert admitting that it was him in the messages.
Section 11 is when I talked to the 22-year-old cosplayer. Literally nothing happened. Even in their own thing, they say nothing actually happened. There was never any intent there. For me personally, yeah, I lied about my age. And that is weird, but I only lied about it because I was about to turn 18. And also, I had no ill intent. But that's for you to decide.
This is completely awful and a very disgusting thing for Gerbert to do. If you want to go, obviously, like I said before, of course, the document will be linked below, and you can see the proof of the messages, and in there he admitted that he was messaging her and saying those things, but he wants to claim that there was never any intent, but he was like repeatedly asking her, should I come? Pause, but like in reference to a convention or some kind of event, and like it was just, he's lying completely in that little clip I played for you. He asked multiple times if he should come. He asked if they could meet up, all that kind of stuff. And just, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear I had no intent. I really don't need to hear that, because the intent is very clear. You asked multiple times if you should come. You asked if you guys can meet, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, Gerbert was wholeheartedly trying to get this girl to, I guess, do something with him, which would be statutory, you know what, and could land her in a lot of trouble. And also just the fact that he lied about his age. It's just a whole other issue. Well, it's not a whole other issue, it's the same issue, but you know what I mean. It's also bad that he lied, and it's also bad that he could have gotten her in trouble with that lie. So the rest of the document is just more, well, we covered a bit of it, the section 15 about Sarah, but the rest is more anecdotal evidence, quote-unquote evidence, and just proof of him being a racist, which, of course, that's awful, but I'm more focused on the predator stuff at the moment, but I will talk about the racism. However, I do want to show this clip where, in the end of the video, there's a part I skipped by because I don't think it's relevant. I didn't hear anyone talking about it, so no point in addressing it. But in the end of the video, Gerbert threatens legal action to anyone who talks about these accusations, and the clip is hilarious. Watch for yourself.
And finally, this is a message to anybody that is going to continue on spreading this misinformation. You will be hit with cease and desists. You will be sued, especially the big three. You know who you are. You will be getting legal information in the mail regarding a cease and desist. If you continue to post, you will be getting sued for harassment, defamation of character, and loss of income due to emotional stress. And finally, if you hate me because I see a lot of posts calling me corny and block me, bro. The block button is right there. Go ahead and block me. If you don't like me, block me, bro. It's your choice. Don't sit here and make 20 videos about me because you can't take time out of your day to block me because you're an unemployed loser.
The last thing we have to address is that Gerbert is extremely racist and anti-Semitic. A video was uploaded by one of his former friends showing that he is extremely racist, and I don't know why this guy hasn't talked about it before. As soon as the allegations came out, he made a video saying, oh yeah, he is racist, here's proof. But you were friends with him behind the scenes before that? I don't know, it seems really scummy to me. And also, he inserted a lot of his political opinions in the video, which is why I won't be playing it, because, like I said, it just seems scummy that you sit on this proof until allegations come out, and then you can just add to the dog pile on him. Not like I'm saying Gerbert doesn't deserve it, but that doesn't really reflect well on you as a person, and by you I mean this guy. The link to his video should be in my description if you want to check it out. It's almost 10 minutes, so I hope you enjoy. And the last thing here is Gerbert's apology for everything. It is extremely bad. It's just him crying and saying that none of the things were true, even though we just went over a lot of allegations that did turn out to be true and are backed with substantial proof, and some of which he even admitted to. So I just don't trust anything this guy says. He's a pathological liar. But anyways, here's the quote-unquote apology.
I want everybody who watches this to know something, and it's I love you all. I'm gonna continue posting, but this is just to everybody that watches me. I don't want you guys to think of me as this horrible person, because I'm not. I love making content. I love my fans. I love every single one of you since the start. I have to move on. I have to continue what I'm doing. But I want you to stop thinking about me here and move on. I feel like a disappointment. I feel like a failure. I know I didn't do any of those things, but I feel like I've hurt my fans more than anything. And for that, I'm truly sorry. I just want all of you to know that I love you dearly, and that I don't want you to think of me as a bad person, but rather somebody who tried to make you laugh and tried to make your lives a little bit better. And going forward, I might post some stuff that you might not agree with and that you might dislike me for, but I don't want you to think of that as me, because I love everybody, even you. So I'm sorry, and may the moments go on. May Gerbert the Egg be an iconic name for all the right reasons, and not for all the wrong ones, and I love every single one of you. And I'm just disappointed that this all had to end this way. Goodbye, guys.
And that is the end. So, in essence, Gerbert, at the very least, assaulted someone in his house, lied to an adult about his age in an attempt to get her to do something with him that might land her in prison. He is a pathological liar, cheater, manipulator. He is irrationally violent, tried assaulting a kid, and like physical assault, like hitting assault, and is extremely racist and anti-Semitic and all that jazz. Yeah, just horrible person all around. Of course, like I said, a lot of the stuff in this document is anecdotal, and in my opinion, a lot of it is untrue, straight up. I just wish that this was handled better by the person who made the document, or persons, because if Gerbert was smart, he really could have gotten himself out of this. Like, he really could have, because this document has some glaring inconsistencies. You can establish a lack of rapport. Is that the right word? I mean, you can kind of destroy the credibility by saying, oh look, here, this section, it's all anecdotal. Oh, this section, here's some proof that they're lying, this and that. Like, he really could have just saved his career if he was at least like somewhat smart about it. Unfortunately, he is very dumb and emotional, and that's why his career is in the gutter now, and he's going to have to get a real job instead of making TikTok videos all day. Anyway, the document is getting updated as we speak, excuse me. I can see him typing right now, and if there's anything new that's interesting that comes out, I'll be sure to make an update video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like and comment and subscribe. I'd appreciate all three of those, but if you can only do one or two, I guess I can understand. I'm joking, of course. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.